Hey guys, David here. Welcome to Digital Outlook, where you're gonna find the best community in all of crypto. In today's video, why is this case taking so long? So guys, without further ado, why don't we get to it? So guys, lately I have been seeing in the comments, and you can read all around this digital asset space, why is it taking Judge Torres so long to make a decision in this case? Look, it's been like 2.5 years and things like that. That's what they're coming out saying. And in fact, some of them are even saying, hey, look, she's being bought out by the government. She's part of that whole plan to kind of keep us all down and all that kind of stuff. Well, guys, I really don't believe that that is the case. In fact, when you think about the whole 2.5 years, remember, a bunch of applications had to be made, and then of course counter applications and all that goes along with a lot of various lawsuits. Now, if you've never experienced a lawsuit, and I have, I'm telling you, a lot of detail goes into that. Dispositions and all kinds of, applications and subpoenas, and then the responses and on and on. That in and of itself can take a tremendous amount of time, which is exactly what we witnessed in this case between Ripple and the SEC. Now, guys, think about this as well. You are seeing just some major influencers in this case in a big way. Of course, the Bill Hinman emails were absolutely massive, and both the SEC and Ripple spent millions of dollars on legal fees fighting to have them either held back or released. And eventually, of course, they got released. Now, John Deaton has come out and he's actually explaining why he believes this case is taking so long. And guys, I'm going to tell you what, I absolutely agree with him on a lot of these points that he makes. You got to think of the magnitude of this case and its implications going forward. And don't think that a federal judge like Judge Annalisa Torres is not aware of the total ramifications of any decision that she makes for or against in this particular situation. I mean, guys, think about the Howey test. Now, that case came up literally in 1940s. I think it was like 1946. And here we are in 2023 trying to adjudicate this digital asset space as to what is determined to be a security and what is not, based on a case a decision that was made on a case way back in the 1940s. Don't think that the magnitude and the implications of a decision in this Ripple case is not going to have reverberating effects for absolute decades. Now, another thing there, guys, is it's going to take some time for her to actually write up her rationale. Look, judge just doesn't come out and say, okay, yeah, this is my decision, bang. No, they base it on precedent. They write up their rationale. Look, they want it to be iron tight. Why? So it can survive appeal. No judge wants to have all of their decisions being overturned in appeal. And some of the issues in this case might even have to be decided, adjudicated as to whether they should be going to trial or not. And that is another major deal. Now think of this as well. Judge Torres is not just deciding on this Ripple case. This isn't the only case on her docket. In fact, she even has some criminal cases that she is having to address, and we know that criminal cases are going to come way before civil cases. Now, John Deaton is projecting, hey, look, the latest that we may see a decision here is probably around September 9th, and he's basing that on Judge Torres's prior decisions after she's ruled on Daubert motions. Now, normally she, comes out and says, hey, look, within 6 months of her decisions on Daubert motions, she goes out there and she makes her summary judgment at that time. Well, I believe the Daubert motions happened in March somewhere there, and I think that's where he's getting the September date. But guys, regardless of when this decision comes, I really do believe that Judge Annalisa Torres is not in the pocket of all these politicians and all this kind of stuff that's going on. Look, she's the one that ordered that those Hinman emails get released released unredacted. Do you think all these politicians and all these people associated with the Ethereum free pass wanted that to happen? Absolutely not. This lady is out there doing her absolute best to truly adjudicate this case according to the law. And look, we may very well see a split the baby kind of decision like John Deaton has suggested, where maybe some of those early sales of XRP that Ripple was involved with actually were a part of some investment contracts. But look, XRP itself, as the asset, I guess, underneath those, it's not going to be determined as security, because look, we all know that would be like the oranges in the Howey test being the security, and we know that that's ridiculous, because if that was the case, every grocery store in America would have had to register with the SEC to sell those oranges, right? Well, guys, XRP in and of itself is not going to be determined as security, but you can have an investment contract that does represent a security when you tie it to certain obligations, right? Where you're looking at, hey, there's some sort of, expectation of profit, from the efforts of others and that kind of thing. And maybe that was what was out there in the very beginning. And perhaps, Brad and Chris are going to have to pay some kind of a fine, or Ripple's going to have to pay some kind of a fine. But the secondary market, guys, never has there ever been a decision related to the Howey test where the secondary market were determined to also be investment contracts. It's not going to happen. And you're going to see that this asset is going to be deemed not to be a security, and we're going to see some major results. And guys, it is worth the wait, absolutely, zero doubt. So guys, I'm taking a little pit stop so I can show you a different angle of this absolutely beautiful Croatian village out here in Adriatica in McKinney, Texas. It is just gorgeous. What I'm standing on right now is actually a platform where they can do concerts, and back in here there's all kinds of this stone seating where people can sit down. It's truly something else. And guys, just look at the view of the water. It is really amazing. And back over here, this gorgeous chapel. I'll tell you what, I get a lot of pleasure coming out here and sharing these little pit stops with you and encouraging you, go out, see what treasures are in your community. I'm telling you what, you're gonna get some big time dividends out of it, and I hope you enjoyed that little pit stop. Well guys, the wind is kind of kicking up here, and hopefully it's not going to disturb our quality of our audio too much. But I'll tell you what, it feels really great actually when you consider the heat that's actually going on right now. This wind is a nice relief. Well guys, I want you to think about something else, and that is this. You just imagine what's going to happen when we finally do get this decision, whether it's, next month in July, whether it's August, whether it's September, hey, whether it's all the way into December, who knows? But when we get that decision and you find out that XRP and the secondary sale market for sure are not securities, I'm telling you what, you are going to see such an absolute pile-on in this space. It is going to literally blow people's minds. And why is that, guys? Well, look at the ecosystem. Forget about just price action, but just take a look at the ecosystem. You're watching Ripple move in a powerful way out there in Singapore, which of course, guys, is a major deal. And in fact, when we reported this morning about Visa and SAP, $50 trillion of business-to-business transactions. You're talking about a massive marketplace. And on top of that, guys, look at the developers that want to build on the XRP and XRP ledger. You get that clarity, and hey, didn't we hear Bank of America come out and literally say, when this case is settled and XRP gets that clarity, we're going to use Ripple's on-demand liquidity platform for our cross-border payments. Well, guys, you're talking about one of the biggest banks in the entire United States, and you don't think the rest of them are going to follow when that happens? Well, of course they are, guys. They're not going to let Bank of America take all that cross-border payment share because they can reduce it to almost nothing for cost, no matter how big the amount, even if it's into the hundreds of millions. Absolutely, it's going to have a huge impact. And right now, guys, look, day's going to come. I genuinely believe it. People are going to say, my goodness, you bought XRP at what price, guys, I don't care. Anything sub even $1, heck, sub $5 in the future is going to sound like an amazing, amazing deal. That's genuinely what I believe. And so instead of listening to all these fudsters out there that are just trying to throw some fuel on the fire about, the case has taken so long, that means that Judge Torres has to be in the pockets of all of these Ethereum guys and politicians and blah, 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 blah. Guys, that is sheer FUD, in my opinion. And when the day comes that we get the clarity that we're looking for in this space, and XRP gets designated with the only legal clarity in this entire digital asset space, it is going to be mind-numbing. And those of us that had the foresight to get involved now, while we're seeing prices underneath 50 cents, are going to look back, and I'm going to tell you what, should Jesus tarry, generations in our family are going to thank us for the courage that we had to do it. Now, that's my personal belief. So guys, take a look at this little visitor down here. We got this nice, beautiful little turtle, and he is enjoying that water to be sure. Oh, turning around, going underneath. Yep, I'm gonna hide from the sun, he says. But like I say, guys, don't base your opinion basically on what I say, because hey, on this channel you're getting my 100% biased opinion. As I say, I don't make any bones about that. Why not? Because guys, I'm out there, I'm doing my own research, and no, Ripple is not paying me one dime, not even one penny, to come out here and talk about it. I can talk about it because look guys, I genuinely see what's coming down the road from the research I've done. I'm absolutely 100% convinced, and I don't want you to have your confidence based on my convictions. I can share my convictions with you, but I can't give them to you. The best answers you're ever going to find are the ones you find for yourself. Go out, research it, find out what this space is, find out what really is all about XRP and the XRP ledger, and then you determine for yourself what you think of it. I'm telling you what, your eyes are going to be opened, in my belief, in a massive, massive way. It's going to change your point of view big time. Well, guys, I'll tell you what, I am absolutely ready for it, and I am taking advantage of these opportunities to buy into these dips. I sure hope that you kind of look at it from that perspective. Don't get fudded out. Absolutely. At least you owe it to yourself to do your own research. And guys, when that day comes, boom, we're off to the moon and beyond, I'll tell you what. Guys, we have all heard it said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And having the right plan can make the world of difference. And what our coaching program offers, that is where you and I can meet personally, one-on-one, for 1 hour over Zoom. And during that time, I share with you our personal journey in that last bull run and what enabled Judy and I to experience some amazing financial success. I share with you the mistakes we made so that you don't have to fall into the same pitfalls we did. We take a look at your portfolio and make sure that it's balanced towards your goals, and we work together to develop your exit strategy. We can even get your assets off an exchange and onto a hardware wallet, along with delivering to you some amazing techniques that are really going to help you in this space. Now, the cost of that is $250, and if that's something that interests you, you write me right there at coaching@thedigitaloutlook.com, and we'll get you all booked in. So guys, this is the video I have for you today, and as always, I truly hope that you enjoyed it. Now, many of you know I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice, but if you found value in it, if you'd hit that like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. And hey, don't forget to drop your comments right down there in the comment section, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of our regularly released videos. So, in the meantime, and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next one.